Raise your hand, type in the chat, let us know.
So this is the first time we've done them on Zoom. Most of y'all have attended in person. So I do have a collective message for everybody today, which I will. Um, this is this will go on my YouTube page because I'm building confidence. I figured I'll offer and thank you guys for your energy and for volunteering, and I really appreciate everyone. Thank you guys so. So we're gonna get started because the energy is coming in. I just got hot. Everybody knows before I start channeling, I get hot, I start to sweat, and it's time to drop in the information. So uh and regulate my body. So today, what we have for you today is that as we shift through this five into this new 5D Earth, some of you have already started to shift, some of you haven't. Some of you are surrounded by chaos, but the chaos is good. The chaos is showing you the things in which you need to release and the things in which you're holding within yourself. So as you step back and start to look at the chaos, realize that that chaos is there to help you, it's there to serve you, and it's there to bring you to a new level of awareness and a new level and a new vibration. Fear. I feel a lot of fear amongst a lot of you right now because of what is happening around you. Fear of the unknown, fear of not knowing which direction to take. No path is a wrong path. Every path you take will lead you to the right path. Every path you take will lead you down a new learning experience. But lean on the ones that are around you to help guide you because we have put people in place now in which are there to help guide each and every one of you on your journey. Some of which are your guides, some of which are your ancestors, some of which are a galactic team. Some of you may already be seeing these galactic teams that are starting to surround you. Some of you may be feeling the energy that is starting to surround you. That is there to help you navigate through this chaos in this time. As we start to shift into this new 5D world, you will need to be the light that shines through this world, through this chaos, through this darkness. There's also a great shift that is happening with Mother Earth as we speak. I encourage you to connect into Mother Earth and listen to the vibrational frequency in which she is giving you. As that frequency is also there to help you spread your energetic field. It's there to help you expand your energetic field while connecting with her, nature, and all that is. Now is a time for meditation. Now is a time for understanding inward. And now is a time to spread unconditional love, in which you all are here to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Who would like to go first? Raise your hand. All right, I'm gonna go with Jessica then. Go ahead and unmute yourself. There you go.
Okay, I think my first question was, see, this is how I don't, am I supposed to uh, say it in a certain way or just ask a regular question?
Just
Ask
ask.
whatever you feel called to.
Okay, I'd like to do past life regressions, and I'm not sure if it's my ADHD holding me back, or maybe it's just not my time to learn some things that would come out in that. Just really like to do something like that or a deep meditation, work with like Dolores Cannon students, something like that. But I've never been able to quote unquote go over. So I just wonder if it's just not time for me or if it's my ADHD or if there's some way around it.
So it's not ADHD, it's a fear. What are you afraid of? you may find? That's the question that you have to ask. So as you begin to explore into this past life regressions and your heart starts to beat fast, what is that fear in that moment that stops you?
I have no idea. I guess it's just ego because or maybe I want it so bad. I think, listening to other people go through it, and I mean, they're getting cured from things, they're finding things that help them in this life. And I think I'm too excited, or maybe I expect too much. So, I mean, if it's fear, I don't feel fear, but that could be something my higher, or, maybe my ego's in the way. And I just don't feel fear, but that doesn't mean it's not fear, I guess.
We tend to, as we move through this construct and we want to start diving back into the past, sometimes when we dive back into the past is actually in the present. Sometimes it's right in front of us, the answers that we're seeking, and it comes in an unexpected way. See, when we start to let go of the expectations of getting the answers that we're seeking, then we start to seek the answers of the past that are always in front of us. When we remember the past becomes the present. It never stays the past. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So the expectations of having to drop in and go find it a certain way, maybe they're right in front of you and you're not noticing because of the expectations of
Mhm.
how we've been told how to do it.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Thank you.
Do you want to keep going? You can keep going.
Oh, I think Nicole can have a turn.
Okay, we'll go ahead and switch you guys out. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Nicole.
Okay, can you see me?
You're good. We can hear you.
Okay. I have a question. My family, the legend is that my great grandma got pregnant by an American Indian, and my grandmother was half American Indian. And on her death certificate for ethnicity, it even says Native American. And apparently, when my great grandma passed on her deathbed, she said that Juanita's father was actually Mexican, and she said that she was Indian because it was more socially acceptable. And that's why she named her Juanita, because it was a Mexican name. I don't think it's true because she looks like an Indian, but I'm just wondering, is it true?
Hmm.
We know she was, we know that she had an ethnic background of some sort because she had my mama Ruth, my great grandma, she was this tiny little pale French woman with blonde hair and blue eyes. And my mama Juanita, my grandmother, was tall, dark haired, like black hair, dark skin, brown eyes. Um,
How
so
important is it for you to find the truth about this answer?
not really. I'm just curious because I mean it's something that put I mean, because we always took pride in well, I always took pride in being a Native American, even if it's just a part of me. But it's just curious that she would say that on her deathbed. But then again, you know, she might have been experiencing dementia or whatever. I don't know.
It is it is true in that reality that she was in. Does that make sense?
It was true to her.
In that reality that she was experiencing.
So is it true that she's, or that we're Indian or Mexican?
Both. In one reality, you're Mexican. In one reality, you're Indian. In this reality, you're Native American. In the reality in which she was experiencing, you were Mexican. So it's true to both. So which reality are you wanting to experience now?
To be honest, it doesn't matter to me. When we found this out, we actually we renamed everyone with Mexican names. I know that sounds terrible, but we thought it was cool. So, I mean, either way, I'm fine with it.
Your ancestors are Native American here now, if
Yeah, I
that
know
helps
that.
you.
Yeah, but I definitely want to make sure that I honor my ancestors. So I want to make sure I get that right. Um, and also help my ancestors because I know that I have an American Indian in there somewhere. I just assumed it came from her
Do
because
we
of everything we've been told.
do we understand how parallel realities work? So
Not really.
so when we let's in parallel realities, everything exists simultaneously all at the same time. We can shift to any parallel reality at any time and be any given thing at any given moment. So as she died and she says that in that reality in which she was experiencing in that moment, that is what she was, half Mexican and half American. However, though, in this reality, she may have been experiencing the fact of Native American, but they all are happening all at the same time. Every time we make a decision, every time we change a decision, we create a new reality that starts to exist. It funnels into line systems and they're happening all at the same time. Time only exists in this construct so that we may have this experience that's needed here and now. But time does not exist in any other construct. All other constructs happen at the same time, all at once. So for her, that reality she was living, then yes, that information was true to her. But it doesn't mean that it has to be true to you. What is true to you is who are you? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Thank you.
Do you have anything else, Nicole?
Is if is my mom here and can I ask her a question?
Well, go ahead.
Um, I wonder if she is looking in on my girls and is there anything I can do to help my youngest?
She's looking in on you because you start to heal your family. Not only will you heal her, you will also heal your girls. You are the one that holds the key, as you call it in this time, the generational curse breaker. So the more that you heal, the more that you heal your family line, the more that you heal within your daughters, the more that you heal within everyone that you're in close contact with that are of your family. So your mother is looking in on you and guiding you.
I sure hope I don't disappoint her.
You can't disappoint me.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. You have anything else, Nicole?
Um, I know that my mom looks in on me. I can feel her presence. I can feel her energy. And I know I'm supposed to have surgery on my back, and I'm wondering if I should go through with it or not, because I've heard so many horror stories about people who have had back surgeries and they've turned out awful.
Heal your body through healing the generational line. Is what she said. That back pain is a catalyst for you to heal. So your back won't get worse, but you're still going to have the pain. That's what she's showing me. You have to heal the pain. That's the pain of your family that sits in your back, in your root chakra.
So I'm the only one. I can't delegate some of my powers to other family members.
I don't think it works that way. So embrace it. Stand in who you are. Believe who you are. Trust who you are. Have confidence in what you can do and who you are. By being born and existing, you're already amazing just by existing. Embrace that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, beautiful. Thank you.
And your mom says cook.
Dang it.
She says cook. I cook. You need to cook.
I know. Man, if you only knew how crazy that you said that is. There's a whole backstory to that. And I just had a conversation about it this morning. That's crazy that you said that. Like, there's no way you could have known that.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, we're gonna go now with Haley, and then if we need to circle back around, we can circle back around.
I dropped mine in the chat.
Let me see, she's in the chat right now. Haley, can you turn your mic off? Okay, she said, I've been working on shedding fear and limiting beliefs around attracting abundance. The ways of making money that worked for me in the past still work, but only up to a certain point. I feel like I'm in a constant hamster wheel of trying to find missing puzzle pieces and figuring out what I need to do differently so things can flow with ease. I'm able to pay my basic bills, but I'm not financially secure at all. And this is where the fear is deeply rooted. What else am I missing? Do my guides have a message that I might not be hearing or internalizing?
Yes. So your guides have guided you to the point to where you are now, but it's not about searching for the next abundance. It's going within and trusting the flow that they're giving you. See, our human conditioning is to try to control, plan, and prepare for everything. But as you go into your flow, you'll realize how things will effortlessly start to come to you. And that's what they are trying to show you. The effortlessness that you have to bring in the abundance that you need and anything that you may be working on. So trust yourself and trust the process because the process is leading you to where you need to be. And trust them and pay attention to the synchronicities.
Awesome. Haley, do you have anything else you would like to ask? Go on ahead and ask. She has a hard time understanding what trust the process means.
So trust the process. So if we are, here's an example I will use as Angel began to transition from working to not working, it was a complete surrender of the process. Within a week, he went from having a full-time job to not having a job to just listening inwardly as he was guided to do various steps. And that has created abundance for him that he never knew he could have in his journey. There was no thinking, no being, even though there was resistance. he went. He trusted the process. He trusted the flow. So when we trust the flow, if you're sitting down eating and you get a certain urge to create a video around whatever your passion may be and post it, then do it. Because that is letting go of the expectation of how the abundance will come in. When we have an expectation around the abundance, then we miss the abundance that's coming in through our natural flow of our natural energy of being ourselves. So when you trust the process, you trust what your guides are telling you. If they say post a video, post a video. If they say reach out and call someone, reach out and call someone, because you don't know what opportunity is in just doing those simple things. Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Do you have any more, Haley? Any questions you want to ask?
And that's for all of you. Trust the process. When we don't trust the process and we control the process, we miss out on opportunities that are created for us. With every process that we create, with every step that we trust that's given to us, then more abundance is created for us through our co-creation with our guides and our higher self and source. Our guides are always guiding us to exactly where we need to be at every given moment of every single day. But when we fight this process, then we are fighting our abundance. We have put ourselves in a box. We are limiting ourselves. We are limiting the amount of abundance that could come in. So trust the process, which is trusting yourself. And some of you may say, well, how do I trust myself? Well, if you trust the fact that you don't trust yourself, you're still trusting in something. You're just not trusting in yourself. Does that make sense?
Yes. Haley's got one more question. She's getting ready to type in. Thank you. She says, I wasn't grounded, but now I'm able to ground effectively. I feel this will help me hear them more, but would love confirmation. Do they have anything further?
Yes. Now to push forward with the program, even though you're working with this program with someone, this will be a program that with all the tools that you have been given within the last years of your life on this earthly years, should I say, your next endeavor will propel you into creating your own program. Trust that process. And this is the process that they're trying to lead you on. Stop searching for the outside validation. You are the validation. You are the process. Embrace that and listen to us because we're guiding you.
It's so good. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Next, we're going to go ahead. Christina, go ahead and turn your mic off so you can go ahead and ask the questions that you need.
Um, I know my father's around me all the time. I was curious if there was any type of message that he has for me that I might not be hearing clearly.
He says, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Jelly Bean. I don't know why that stood out, but he says he is proud of you and he loves you. Keep pressing forward. Don't go backwards. Did he just leave you something randomly?
Um, Maybe.
He said, I just left you a random gift. Did you find it?
I'm not sure.
Well, there's a gift that he has left you if you have not found it, that he has left you, that he wants you to know that it's from him and that he's proud of you and that he loved you.
Okay. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out.
Yes, he says, I've left you a random gift. I just see you finding something and saying, how did this get here? Just know that it's from your father
Okay.
and that he loves you. That's his way of giving you your confirmation that you're on the right track. That's his way of, so those little random gifts that you find are his form of confirmation for you to let you know that you're on the right track and to stay focused.
Okay, lovely.
Mm.
He does show up quite often.
He's always there, standing
Yeah,
in corners. He always standing. I see him. He's standing in the corners, like he just stands there.
of course he would.
Like he's just standing in a corner. So I don't know.
Okay, I hear that
Why?
song. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight. Anyway, um, so things in reference to my content creating career, things kind of shifted a little bit, and I was uncertain of which way it was kind of leading me. Um, use my intuition, I live intuitively is how it's been for a long time. Um, but I feel like with that transition, or what was meant to be a transition, is what am I trying to get at? I guess I'm trying to figure out, um, unless I'm already just doing it, which way it's guiding me, because I feel like the move is spreading me too thin, and I'm concerned about that. And is there anything that I can do to kind of help me with spreading out further, expanding more or less?
It's time to tell your story, to release that fear and tell your story. That is going to resonate and help a lot of people that are going through what you've already went through.
Okay.
So
Yes.
whichever platform you pick, your story is going to be impactful, but it's time to tell your story. What is the fear behind telling your story?
I guess lots of things. I mean, I've started sharing it, but I'm selective in what I do share. But I guess and to a certain degree, it is unclear what to share.
Share all of it. Whatever comes to you. When you're sitting and you're like, oh, I should tell this, tell it. Tell it with no expectations. Tell it with unconditional love. Tell it with the journey that you have accomplished. Tell it. What's the worst that could happen by you telling it?
Wow.
Nothing.
Um, yeah, I
You,
wouldn't say it would be anything. In some regards, it's taken, I don't know if it's the correct word would be taken, but it seems that um, certain relationships have become not so solid where others have. But I do that on my platform, is share about the things that I've been through, but I do feel like I hold back some because I don't feel qualified, or what that feeling is that holds me back in some cases.
and now you have the root cause. You don't feel worthy to tell the story because you feel like you have to censor. But as we all have our own different journey, every perspective is different. So even though you might be in the same room having the same experience, each person here is getting a different perspective of the information that I'm putting out. No matter how that I say it, because everyone has their own unique perspective, everyone has their own unique way of viewing things. So no matter how you tell it, everybody's perspective is going to be different, no matter how they see it, but it's your truth. No one can tell any of you what your truth is because it's your truth. They may think that they can, but they can't because they're not you. They're not on your journey. They're not walking in your shoes, as you say on earth. They are having their own journey, and you can't control what someone else sees because it's their perspective. That's why I always say, tell your journey, your side, your story, because it's your truth. And no one can change that for you, and feel worthy as you share it, because you can't tell anybody in this room how to feel. We can only know how we feel and how it impacts us as an individual. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it helps
So
me every time I share.
it is your healing. That is your healing. That is your journey. As you hold all that story in, you are constantly having to relive that story.
Mm.
But as you start to share that story, and you're going to realize there are many people out there who's going to need that help. It's going to help your business grow and help you grow and help you start to release those things that no longer serve you. That is the last piece of your puzzle. So you have a choice that you can only make. Do I share it or do I keep living in this? Do you prefer it in your body or do you prefer to release it?
I prefer to release it.
Yes.
I feel like I've been working through that slowly but surely anyway. But sometimes that outside confirmation is just nice, I guess. Um,
Yes.
Trying to think if I have anything else. At this moment, no, I can't think of anything else.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Christina. All right. Des, go ahead and unmute yourself, okay? So you can ask some questions.
All right. So I just wanted to see if my ancestors are trying to tell me anything and I'm not listening.
They keep asking, what are you searching for? Why are you searching?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They said, quit searching. Stop looking. Trust the process. Trust the path that has been laid out in front of you. Listen, we're guiding you. We're knocking. We're awakening you, but you are resisting us. Why are you resisting your ancestors? What are you afraid of?
Wow. I don't know what I'm afraid of. Sometimes I be wanting to listen to them, but sometimes I be scared that they lead me wrong.
You're afraid of success. You don't know what that feels like until you have it. So trust your ancestors. They're guiding you down that path in which you're seeking. Your grandfather said you're hard-headed, by the way. So thank you.
Do you have anything else you want to ask, Des?
um, mm, am I on my right path? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing right now?
Yes, every path is the right path. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing in every moment of every day. Do you trust that? Every moment of every day, you're doing exactly what you should be doing. You're in every moment that you should be in every single day.
Right.
So yes, your path, you're on the right path.
All right.
Do all of you understand that? There's no such thing as a wrong path. You can't make a wrong decision and you can't choose a wrong path. All paths are the right paths. Some paths are designed to give you tools that you may need for your next journey. Some paths are designed to help you overcome fears that you may be going through. Some paths are there just to give you the quick way to where you need to go. Sometimes the quick route leads you back to the long route, but it all has the same end result. So no path is a wrong path. Every path is a right path. But you have to ask yourself, what am I to learn along this journey to help me? That's the question that you should ask along the way, especially when things arise that you don't prefer and you realize you don't prefer them. Instead of saying, oh, I don't like this, ask yourself, how is this here to help me? How can this guide me to where I need to be? And take what you can from it. If you don't need anything from it, then let it go. Don't hold on to it. Release it. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you. I
Thank
want
you.
to ask a question. Me and Angel got into a hang up on what we need to proceed with our business. What is the missing piece that others are doing that we're looking for that we need to incorporate?
The trust in each other. And it's not trusting in each other, it's trusting in each other individually. There is so much knowledge that is embedded within the two of you that you have yet to even open up. And you both have to ask yourselves, why? What is the fear of the information that you don't want to share? You have the information, you know the information, but you don't share the information. What is that fear?
Good
For
question.
instance, as my partner sits here in channel, he is aware of some things that are being said like right now, and sometimes he's not aware. But it took him 2 years to be able to go on a screen and post a video to channel. He had to ask himself, why? What is the fear? Because he worried what other people might think. So now we're here as an example.
Beautiful, thank you. We can go ahead and go around again. I feel Jessica just left. So Nicole, do you have anything else you'd like to ask? Go ahead and unmute yourself too.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Jessica had to leave. Her parents just got home and she takes care of them. I was actually going to ask if Aunt Cindy had any messages for Jessica, but I guess I could relay that to her.
She is an observer of Jessica. No messages. She just observes and guides and knocks like a little, just to let her know she's around. But she has no messages at this time. She is just observing.
Okay. And other than cook, does my mom have any other messages for me?
Travel.
I would love to.
She says cook and travel. It's almost like by you trying to settle down, you're limiting yourself. She said you could go anywhere you want to go.
That's true. I am the freest I've ever been right now. My kids are grown. I'm an empty nester. I have nothing holding me down, nothing holding me here.
Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have anything else, Nicole?
I was just going to ask if I was on the right path, but you already covered that. Did I keep trying to get into this RV spot, or should I start looking around at others? I don't want to control the situation. I want to be where I'm supposed to be.
You'll know where you're supposed to be. If you're supposed to be there, you will end up there, but you might not be there very long. It's just like almost like a passing point for you. But you will start to travel. Just be patient. If you call, if you get in, then great. If you don't, then you will always know what to do next. You never not know what to do.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right. Do you have anything else, Nicole?
Just one quick question.
Yeah.
I know this is not that big of a deal. That I mean, it is a big deal to me, but is Hiccup going to be okay?
Yes, yes, yes. He is dramatic. but
Yes.
he will be
Yeah.
fine.
That was crazy because every vet has told me that. And I mean, there are so many stories where it's like the drama is over the top with him, but he has a lot of health issues and he's getting older and he's like my only companion.
I mean, he will have his time, as all of us do, but
Right.
as of now, he is fine. He is being dramatic because it gets your attention.
Gotcha. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. All right, so Haley says, do I make myself invisible in both personal and professional areas? Or am I just invisible to the people who don't need to see me right now? What can I do to call in the right people?
Yes, as your vibration has changed, the people that are not resonating with your vibration, you have noticed that they have shifted out of your reality, and that's okay. That is, pat yourself on the back. That means that you have raised your vibration and you're doing a fantastic job. So, as you start to trust your flow and move forward, you will realize that the people that are meant to work with you, that are people that are meant to be with you, will start to come back in alignment with you. And you will know because you will feel the vibrational frequency between the two of you. So as you keep moving forward and putting out information that you are led to put out and sharing information and doing the work, then you will start to bring in the people that are meant to be around you. But again, those that are invisible, you may see invisible, they don't resonate with your vibrational frequency anymore. And that's okay because you have raised your vibrational frequency and you've moved on, and that's okay. And that happens with all of us. As all of us start to raise our vibrational frequency, we'll realize situations that we found ourselves in no longer exist. We'll realize that people that don't align with our frequency no longer exist. We'll realize that we start to move out of the frequency of things that we do not prefer. So when that happens, just pat yourself on the back and give yourself some love because you have raised your vibrational frequency.
Awesome. Says, I need readers and potential clients to see me. I need people who can refer work to me to be able to see me. Said it happened all at once. A lot of people dropped off my radar once a few years ago, and I've found it hard to rebuild from there, but I know I need to.
You're gonna have to make yourself available. You're gonna have to put your information out, yourself available. As just as you take Angel, for instance, his content every day, videos every day, he is making himself available. That's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to decide how much of yourself you truly want to put out so that you can become available, so that the people that are seeking you can find you. If you're invisible, nobody can find you. But if you're visible, everybody can find you. And it's the people that are meant to find you will find you. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's what I'm working on, putting myself out there more. Just need to keep ramping it up. I disappeared for a
And
while in reaction to the mass exodus.
and you can do simple things as if your whatever your passion is, just do little things about your passion. Tell about it. Tell about the history of it. That stuff, people are drawn to history. Everyone wants to know about the history. To start it, you might not have to put all of it out, but telling the history of your passion, what it is that you love to do and how you got into it, could be simple things that make yourself visible, that draw attention to people. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. And
Beautiful.
thank you.
Um, all right, Christina, would you like to unmute yourself and go again? We've got about 9 more minutes left.
Um, you covered some other things I was curious about, but how do I allow myself to trust again and not just I trust as a whole, but in people and not only others. I'm learning how to trust myself. It's mainly others. Um, and not fall back all the time on the past. Or I guess that's where that comes from. I don't know. I'm having trouble like allowing the new to come in. Sometimes it feels like I've transitioned from doing my Reiki sessions in a building that was away from my home. To me, that felt safe. But for me to transition from that, because that alignment didn't work out for me, to allow people in my home still doing what I love, there's some resistance there and, that I'm trying to work through that I feel like I'm having trouble with.
So I used this earlier, but by trusting in the fact that you don't trust in people, you're putting your trust in that and your energy in that. So
Mm.
your energy, so by you, that's where you're giving your energy. But if you trust in yourself, now you're giving your energy to yourself. So that's how the paradox of life works. When we say, I don't believe that I can do this, but you just trusted that you can't do this, why not believe that you can do it? So when you say, I don't trust people, but you just put your trust in not trusting people. And now your
Mm.
energy is focused on not trusting people versus saying, I trust myself and not worrying about people. Now your energy is on trusting yourself and not worrying about having to trust people. Because if you trust yourself, then you know yourself and there's nothing anyone can do to you because now you trust and love yourself. And anything and any if a person walks up to you and says, "Hey, I don't like your shoes." Okay, I love my shoes. That's all that matters. It does not matter what anybody does to you because you have the unconditional love for yourself. And that is the love that will start to spread as you trust and love in yourself. Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense. I
Thank
didn't
you.
think of it that way at all.
Hmm.
Um, it's because my home, that's my sacred place is my home. And of course, I know that I'm basing it off of past experiences and things of that nature. And just to be able to push that past that last part, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that's where energy is always in motion. Whatever you put your energy, that's where it will go. So when you put your energy on negative thought patterns, your energy is now in that negative thought patterns. And guess what's going to be reflected to you? Those negative thought patterns. But when you put your energy in unconditional love for self, what will be reflective to you is unconditional love will be reflected around you. And now you're able to move in a flow. The energy is able to move through the body. Your guides are able to guide you because you're pushing out unconditional love. And we know that unconditional love is the basis for everything. So remember,
Mm,
energy is always in motion.
very true.
Thank you.
Um, how was I just going? I had a thought. Because I think I'm dealing with a little bit of, I don't know if it's choice paralysis. I don't know if it's the new expansion. I feel like I'm spread a little too thin sometimes and trying to figure out the best um, for myself to be able to do that. And is it time to possibly lean on some help?
Yes, not help as you seeing needing help. The help is going to come from within. What is your why?
My daughter, hands down, a better life for me and her. That's what it's always been,
What is your why in your practices?
is to help others see the ability within themselves to cheer others on like I needed to be a supportive place that other people can fall if they needed to and
Now,
or gain some direction.
now you have your focus for your energy. Where is that going to best, where it's going to best allow you to put that focus for your energy, for your business be the most impactful? Is the question you should ask. How
Okay.
can I use my why and where is it going to be the most impactful? And how can I focus my energy on this to make this grow? Because remember, I just said energy is always in motion. So if you're spread through too thin, your energy is everywhere. Bringing your
Hmm.
energy back to your why and focusing on your why and finding out where you can be the most impactful is going to help you to bring your energy back in and focus your energy on where you want the most success at and what you want the most success in.
Well, tell me this. Every time I start to put attention back into my Reiki practice, um, it's almost as if the path diverts or something comes up to take me away from there. And I don't necessarily think it was taking me away from it because there was purpose in the redirection before, but it's almost like it comes back around again and then a new direction is I'm led down a new direction and I don't understand that.
You're learning. It's learning to help you build the business that you want to create for your Reiki. You want a business with that, so you need tools. You need to learn new things. So these mixed directions, as you speak of, ask yourself, what did I learn that could help me in this business from this adventure that I just took? And I
Hmm.
guarantee you'll start putting the pieces together. And then you'll realize, oh, this is what I need to do this, and this is what I need to go here. Some of it may be marketing, some of it may be branding, some of it may be running it effectively, some of it could be selling tools that you're using to push the business you desire for. You see what I'm,
Yeah,
you see?
yeah. Sometimes I wonder if it's just me, you know. But I know there's been things learned along the way for sure.
When we have a passion and we don't have all the tools, then we always take these little side quests, as I call them, to get the tools we need to push our bigger business forward. So I just like to take them and journey and enjoy the experience while I'm on it and take what I need. And when I take what I need, I go back to my business and then I implement it. And then it's like, oh, I need this. Okay, let me go take a new journey. And I take this journey and I get it and I go back. That sometimes is how we learn. And it's also abundance. It's abundance because you're not paying to get the information you need. You're getting it for free through experience. So it's
Ah,
another form
mm,
of abundance. That expectation of how abundance comes in. You see how it comes in other forms and we don't recognize it.
mm. Oh yeah. Well, and I think in many ways I related to, I think it was Haley that was speaking on the mass exodus in life. Um, where it seems like I'm kind of being made to rely on myself in all aspects. Like anytime I reach out for help, the help isn't there. It's like the hand is cut or swatted away, metaphorically. I speak very much in metaphors a lot. But I always just thought that was interesting.
So everything that you're needing, you're getting. It's just in not the way
Hmm.
you're expected. Because we
Hmm.
all hold expectations. Expectations limit you. They put you in a box. When you release expectations, you'll see that abundance flows in many different forms, many different ways throughout us in many different avenues. But we have to release the expectation of abundance and understand of how it will flow to you.
Mm.
Thank you.
One last thing, because because that the not aligning with others as we used to, it, I don't know if it's a concern. I guess it's a little bit of a concern, but my daughter, that means me and my daughter are mostly reliant on just each other. And sometimes it's a concern that she's only receiving guidance from me and me alone. Her dad's passed on. My dad's passed on like there's really nobody else around other than me. We're in a new state. She has a couple friends, but they're not real close. But sometimes I wonder about that whole situation and what that could mean.
Your guide said, "Do we not exist? Did you forget about us?" So it's not that she's alone. She chooses that path. She chooses that path because her connection to you is important. See, kids feel what we've gone through, and as you're healing yourself, you're healing her. She will grow, she will expand herself, she will get the guidance that she needs when she needs it. But the only guidance she needs is your guidance. She understands that her guides are there, and I see her speaking with her guides frequently. But she understands that being with you is what's important to her in this lifetime. That was her choice as she entered into this world. She understood that and she has embraced that. But you have to embrace it. When it's time for her to spread her wings, she'll spread them and she will go on. But right now, she's set for you to be with you. That's her job. And she understands that. And she loves that time. She prefers that, actually.
She does. She's very self-reliant, so I guess it makes sense.
If she wants to go and do something, she knows that she can. But that's not her choice. Her choice is to be with her mother.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lovely. Thank you, Christina. Des, do you have any other questions before we head on out?
Yeah, I wanted to know if my auntie Faye was now one of my guides.
She was, but she is. You have a brother?
Yeah.
She is with your brother. You have your
Uh,
grandfather, and she is with your brother. She pops in from time to time just to check, and if you need her, you can always ask her to be, because our guys can come. They can come, if you know, they will. But she is with your brother.
and then I also wanted to know if you had any thought on me getting my top surgery this year. Is that going to happen for me?
It will. How exciting. It will happen. Later on in the year. I see it later on in the year. Not because of the date, but because of the finances it looks like you're going to have, and the money will come and you will have it. So it'll be a little later in the year. And it'll be right on time, right when you need it.
And then my last question is, am I doing the right thing with Sean?
Do you feel like you're doing the right thing? There is no
I
wrong thing
do.
to do.
I feel like he was only there to get me through my first performance, and he wasn't supposed to be there anymore afterwards.
Are you still thriving in your performances?
I am.
Then you've done the right thing. But even if you hadn't done the right thing, there's no such thing as a wrong thing. It feels
Mm-hmm.
good to you. If it feels good to you, then it's the right thing. Trust it.
All right. Well, that was my last question.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. I don't have any questions. Do you have any final messages, Angel, for us?
Just that unconditional love is the love that protrudes out and shares throughout the world. As all of you walk forward, trust the journeys in which you're taking, trust the paths in which you're taking. Let go of expectations of how things should happen and trust that it happens how it should be happening. Let go of the expectation of abundance, because abundance has many different forms. Love yourself through the process. Be gentle on yourself and be kind to yourself. And most of all, be grateful for all that is. Namaste.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining in on our call. We appreciate you guys, and we will see you on Discord and YouTube, and you know where to find us. Okay? Thanks, guys.
Bye.